Hello again, everyone, and welcome back to my Character Crusade, what is this? Character Crusade Unbound Season 2 Let's Play featuring this guy, Alusell, the Alteration Swordsman. At least that's what I'm going to call him until I figure out a cool name for his class that I've kind of invented here. I don't know what else to call him, so Alteration Swordsman is what he's going to be. Is there any wolves in here? Any wolves? No. Okay. I thought there might be a wolf there. Alright. So how's it going, everybody? I'm doing well. I just got back from a really long vacation in the Pacific Northwest, far away from home here in Arizona. But the weather was amazing, and the scenery was also amazing, especially when you've spent your entire life born and raised in the desert. But I'm happy to be home, happy to be booting up Skyrim again for the first time in almost 2 weeks now. I don't remember, I think it was Wednesday or Thursday that I recorded the last episode. So let's make a quick recap here. Let's see what happened last episode. Okay, so we kind of split up from Raya. This was a few episodes ago. We left her at Juker's Monument. We let her believe that we were coming down south and then east from there. And then we kind of split off, went through Rorikstead to Solitude. We picked up Eric the Slayer on our way as our new porter, because we need somebody to carry all our stuff for us. Alusell can't be bothered to do that on his own. We sold off all our stuff in Solitude. We made our way back down to Whiterun, where we cleared out a couple of bounties to kind of test Eric's combat chops, as it were. He was quite impressive, even though he's very inexperienced. I think we're going this way. Even though he's very inexperienced, he still swings a sword as good as anybody, and he's quite handy with that shield as well. He also gives us a ranged option with his bow and arrow, which he employs from now and then. What else? Yeah, so Alusell's feeling pretty good about that. He doesn't really want the help in combat, at least on the surface. Deep down underneath somewhere, he's more wolves, huh? Where did these guys come from? Deep down underneath somewhere, he appreciates having the help. But on the surface, he wants to do everything himself, and it looks like he got shot in the ass. Eric, damn it. Lucky we had our stone flesh spell up, otherwise that would have been quite painful. Shot in the ass by our new porter. Anyway, yeah, Alusell doesn't want any help with combat, but he does appreciate a porter that he doesn't have to worry about saving all the time. So if they can handle their own, they don't have to be another mouth to feed, so to speak. He doesn't have to worry about saving their lives in combat situations. Even though I feel like it's the opposite that holds true more often than not. They're often saving Alusell's hide, whether or not he would like to admit it. So he's happy about that. Eric can take care of himself, which leaves Alusell to concentrate on honing his own skills and testing his own strength in combat. Let's see. So now we're on our way up to the College of Winterhold to return some books to Urag Groshub, including some concerning the strange orb that we found in Sarthaal. We're right up against the area where Haldir was trying to send us in his message from the past. for the Caranthir Tower kickoff, but I think I mentioned somewhere in a later episode that there's some story stuff that I want to do revolving this location. So I want to save that for later. So I think right now we're going to head up to the College of Winterhold. We're going to progress that quest a little further. But mainly I think we're gonna see if Tolfdir has anything, any new alteration spells to offer us. Our Stoneflesh spell, we've been using that for a long time. It's been quite handy for us. It's saved our skin, so to speak, numerous times. But I pretty much have that maxed out with perks to give us an armor rating of 180, which could be the difference between life and death in a lot of these physical combat situations. But we're getting to the point now where we just need more. So if I can find an Iron Flesh spell, I think that would be a great upgrade. And I'm not really sure what other alteration spells will make themselves available to us as we level up. Paralysis is a big one, I think, that I can make a lot of good use of. With Alusell, I think it fits his character archetype pretty well. So this character concept originally popped up as kind of a way for me to explore Ordinator's alteration tree and also Apocalypse's alteration spells. A lot of those spells actually are more druidic magic or kind of like nature magic, and this character doesn't really match too well with that kind of magic, I think. So I debated for a while whether or not I was going to go ahead and explore it with this character or create a new character and explore it with more of like a druid type character. And I think I'm going to go with the latter. It just doesn't fit Alusell. I don't see him using things like Perilous Path that causes roots to burst up from the ground and trip up attacking enemies. Oh geez, I thought that was a giant frostbite spider. It was just a bunch of Stormcloaks grouped up close with each other. That is a lot of Stormcloaks. My goodness. Okay, so once we progress this quest a little more... Oh wow, okay. Looks like we got a Civil War battle up here. Alusell is going to stay out of that. Are those Thalmor, or are they... uh-oh. Oh, we got wolves over here. And who is this? Is that a hunter, or is it a bandit? It's like a hunter, maybe a mercenary. Ah, the old orc. We've killed him enough times. I don't want to waste too much time on him anymore. Alright. This looks like Legion versus Stormcloaks. Okay, we're gonna stay out of that. Don't get involved, Eric. Not our fight. We have other things to be concerned about at the moment. Civil War will work itself out eventually. Right? Won't it? Without us getting involved. It's not like it's gonna last forever until we get involved and do something about it, right? Right? Okay, so...
Trouble? Maybe treasure.
Yeah, no caves right now. Oh. Another ice wolf, huh? Oh, swing and a miss. Taking down these ice wolves pretty easily these days, huh? That is good. Those are usually pretty tough critters. So after this Mage Guild business, after we turn the books in, get the next step of the quest, and see if we can get any new spells, I think we're going to head down to Forelhost, down in the Rift. Or we might actually do Gyreman's Hall to kind of round out the next step of the Galder Legend, that quest on the way out there. I don't know yet. We'll see. I'm kind of in a little bit of a hurry to get to Forelhost, though, because that's the target location for the last Unbound podcast episode. Haldir, in our last encounter at Juker's Monument, told us of a story about a warrior kind of trying to appeal to Ragat, the dragon priest there, to kind of return to more traditional ways. But then he sort of got attacked on his way out after Ragat has kind of possessed his army to take on as one of his own. So I'm not sure whether to play that character as Haldir telling that story in first person, or maybe as Olaf kind of in the past. Both of them are kind of major characters in this story, but I think it would make for a cool kind of story piece if that were the time when Olaf became corrupted by the dragon priests. So I'm kind of thinking that story was told from Olaf, and I think actually now that it's been a long time since my last episode, so that may have actually very well been how I played that at the time. If it is, I'm okay with that, and I think we'll continue on with that. So for anybody who's kind of wondering what I'm talking about with this Character Crusade Unbound podcast and this story about Forelhost and Ragat, I left a link in the description down below for all the story bits of this season of Character Crusade Unbound. It's kind of a guided roleplay, sort of like a tabletop Dungeons and Dragons session. With I guess a dungeon master, so to speak, kind of giving us the story tidbits and kind of directing us on where we're going. So the last episode was what they're calling a kind of a locational episode, and our target location for that was to end up here in Forelhost. And I'm really kind of more in a hurry to get there to see what that dungeon reveals as far as things that could be impacting the story from the Character Crusade guys, and also some fuel for my own story, just in case there's anything there that will clarify things for me regarding Alusell and the curse that Haldir had kind of given to him. So yeah, that's kind of my goal in the next couple days and these next few sessions is to end up in Forelhost, even if that's through Iverstead to clear out Gyreman's Hall to kind of finally finish up this Galder quest. Alright, so it looks like they have somehow managed to get this glowing orb up from Sarthaal and have transferred it up here to the college.
Must be powerful.
We don't know that. We don't even know what it is. Where is Arin anyway?
In his quarters with that Thalmor, Ankano. Something urgent, it sounded like.
All right, that's enough. Let's return to our business, please.
There's Urag. He's the guy.
The college is due for a change in leadership.
He's the guy that needs these books. But here's our guy Tolfdir.
always encouraging to see the younger generations embracing education.
Okay, doesn't look like anything yet. I guess we have to talk to Urag first before we can progress the College Guild quest any further. I don't have any training levels so far. I have to level up first, but let's see what he's got for sale. Let's see, I can sell off some of the stuff that we got off of a thief that tried to waylay us off the road not too long ago. Okay, big money here. What do we got? Iron Flesh. Hey, how about that? That makes me happy. We'll take that. What else do we have? That could come in handy, but I don't know that I have anything too powerful. You know what? I'm going to take... Oh, geez. That's really expensive. Maybe we'll wait on that. This will be good because I'm running the Vancian Magic perk, and I'm also running Dungeon Master with the Focused modifier that cuts my number of spells in half, but makes them 50% stronger. So I might run out of spells pretty quickly, and if that happens, I don't have access to flesh spells or distorted shape. So this would be really cool to kind of bind to a flesh spell at some point, just to get me out of trouble. Let's see what else he's got here. Bearskin, nah. Candlelight, we have Deep Storage. This is one of those druidic spells. It would be super convenient for Alusell, but I just don't see him burying anything. Detect Dead. I can see Alusell using this, but that's also really expensive. Detect Life, another good one. I think this is actually... It's cheaper. We can use that. So we'll take that. It's not going to be as useful as Detect Dead, especially with this curse quest that we're on, where we seem to be dealing with a lot of Draugr and Dragon Priests and everything, but it could still come in handy. Drop zone, I don't need... Ooh, I can go all the way up to Ebony Flesh, huh? Iron Flesh. What comes after Iron Flesh? Is it just Ebony Flesh? Oh, and I want Spell Twine too. I want all of the spells. I can't decide. Did I already buy Iron Flesh? I did, didn't I? I wasted money on that. I really think I need Ebony Flesh though. Is there anything here that I can sell him? This one I don't need. Any duplicates? Okay, so that pretty much wiped out so much good stuff. Well, at least it's good to know that he's got some higher level alteration spells now. So let's go ahead and learn those. I could sell him back Iron Flesh, but I don't know. I kind of feel like I want to know it. I feel like Alusell would take it upon himself to gain the knowledge of that spell. Okay, so let's... This is one of the cool things about Vancian magic. At this level, I probably wouldn't have had the magicka pool to spend on a high level spell like Ebony Flesh. But with Vancian magic, you don't use magicka. You just have a spell count. So magicka cost doesn't really mean anything. So yes, ebony flesh. And what else here? Let's hook that up to Okado's recital while we're at it here. Yikes. Okay.
Urag can be very
I don't want to do stone flesh and ebony flesh spell at the same time. So let's remove everything. Let's get ebony back. Blowing through our spell counts now. So I may have to take a rest before we go do our next dungeon. But I think for now we're just going to see what else we need to do to progress this quest here. Okay, so ebony flesh made us much more powerful, actually. Let's go ahead and cast this. Have 10 spells left. Let's see what kind of... Ooh, 300 armor rating. That's up from 180. That's amazing. That is really good. Looks kind of cool too. Look at the eyes showing through the flesh there. All right, I'm happy with that. And we have a detect life spell now.
Something specific you needed.
Just to see where people are.
I require will be revealed to me on its own in due time.
So you don't need anything then.
More helpful for like a stealth character, but
You're trying so hard to help.
I think it's good to round out this character. It fits this class for sure.
It's not the word I would choose, Colette. Excuse me.
Are you done flirting
I don't want to
with the
see
crazy
you
lady
treating
now?
any of- Hundreds of years have gone into assembling this collection. It's going to stay pristine, understand?
Okay, so here's that one book you were looking for.
Looks like you're still in one piece.
get
More
too far
importantly, so is the book. Thank you.
And here are the books that went missing regarding what we found in Sarthaal.
Well, well. And you seem to be in one piece. Thank you. I'll look these over and inform Mirabelle if I find anything relevant. Night of Tears, eh? I remember this one. Well, isn't that interesting? Did you read it yourself?
Yep.
If I recall it correctly, that has some interesting implications. You should mention that to Toldir. And here. I suppose you've earned these.
Okay, some skill books. We love those. Okay, Racial Phylogeny, Daughter of the Nibbin. Oh boy. We're just going to have to go through and read all the unread ones. I'm not going to remember all these. But no, this is actually quite a good reward. Is there any other college business I can assist with?
There are more books to be recovered and secured in the Arcanium.
All right, I'm ready.
All right. I wrote down the last place I'd heard about. Don't get killed.
Okay, cool. We don't care what he has for sale. Okay, let's go talk to Tolfdir, maybe Mirabelle. See if she has anything to add. We saw her down in the Hall of Elements down there. Hello, Mirabelle.
If there are any problems, let me know. It's my job to keep things running smoothly.
What do you know about the Sijic Order?
No more than anyone else, I don't think. They're a very old order. Predated the Imperial Mages Guild by quite a bit. In fact, the Mages Guild was founded in opposition to the idea of the Sijic Order, that only an elite few should have control over magic. No one has seen or heard from them in over 100 years now, though.
Interesting. Well, good to see you.
It's always encouraging to see the younger generations embracing education. The college will be here for you no matter what. We always look after our own.
So, Urag suggested that I come see you about this Night of Tears book.
Did he now? Does he have information about our wonderful discovery?
There's a book he thinks you should read.
Ah, yes. Well, I'll be sure and stop by the Arcanium later. I just can't seem to tear myself away. Whatever this is, its beauty is like nothing I've ever seen before. If you'd allow me to indulge myself for a moment, I thought I might make a few observations. I'm sure you've already noticed
Okay.
the markings. They're quite unlike anything we've seen before.
Did you want me to, like, take notes or something?
Daedric, not even Falmer. None of them are a match. Quite curious indeed. Now, I'm not sure that you're quite as attuned as I am, given my extensive years of experience. But honestly, this marvelous object, it practically radiates magicka. And yet it's unlike anything else.
What's he doing here?
Archmage Aram is already hard at work. Hopefully we'll have more information soon.
I'm afraid I must
No,
intrude. It is urgent that I speak with your associate immediately.
This is most inappropriate. We're involved in serious research here.
Yes, I've no doubt of its gravity. This, however, is a matter that cannot...
Gistolfdir doesn't like to be interrupted when he's,
I've never been interrupted like this before.
indulging
The
himself.
audacity. I suppose we'll continue this at some later time, when we can avoid interruptions.
I need you to come with me immediately.
He gets cranky
Let's go.
when he can't indulge himself. I don't understand. What's going on?
Really? Well, allow me to clarify the situation. I'd like to know why there's someone claiming to be from the Sijic Order here in the college. More importantly, I'd like to know why he's asking for you, specifically. So we're going
Interesting.
to go have a little chat with him and find out exactly what it is he wants.
Why are you so concerned about this?
I'll be the one asking the questions. All
Oh.
you need to know is that the Sijic Order is a rogue organization, believing themselves to be above the law. They have clashed with the Aldmeri Dominion before, and I have no intention of allowing that to happen here.
Guess his robes are a little tight or something, huh?
Now, you are going to speak to this monk and find out why he is here, and then he will be removed from college grounds.
Yeah. That was a cool trick. Hey, it's the guy from Sarthaal.
I mean you no harm.
Oh, he did it again. You're gonna have to teach me that.
It is good to meet you in person.
Okay, so what do you want with me?
I merely wish to talk to you. I've given us a chance to speak privately. But I'm afraid I can't do this for long. We must be brief. The situation here at your college is of dire importance. And attempts to contact you, as we have previously, have failed. I believe it is due to the very source of our concern. This object, the Eye of Magnus, as your people have taken to calling it. The energy coming from it has prevented us from reaching you with the visions you have already seen. The longer it remains here, the more dangerous the situation becomes. And so I have come here personally to tell you it must be dealt with.
The visions I have already seen. I don't know what that means. Are you talking about Haldir? And Olaf? So what does this have to do with me?
You set this chain of events in motion at Sarthaal. You must understand the Sijic Order does not typically intervene directly in events. My presence here will be seen as an affront to some within the Order. As soon as we have finished, I will be leaving your college. I'm all too aware that my arrival has aroused suspicion, especially in Onkano, your Thalmor associate. Nevertheless, my order will not
Associate.
directly. You must take it upon yourself to do so.
He really put the ass in associate, didn't he? So what exactly is the problem?
As you may have learned, this object, the Eye, is immensely powerful. The world is not ready for it. If it remains here, it will be misused. Indeed, many in the Order believe it has already. Rather, something will happen soon, something that cannot be avoided.
Okay, so it sounds important. I'll help, but I don't know what to do.
Unfortunately, the future is as obscure to us as it is to you. The overwhelming power of the Eye makes it difficult for us to see. I fear I have already overstepped the bounds of my order, but I will offer this. Seek out the Augur of Dunlane here at your college. His perception may be more coherent than ours.
The Augur of Dunlane. Where can I find him?
I am unsure. He is somewhere within the college. Surely one of your colleagues must know his location. I am sorry I cannot provide you with further help, but this conversation requires a great deal of effort on my part. Now, I'm afraid I must leave you. We will continue to watch over you and guide you as best we can. It is within you to succeed. Never forget that.
I'm sorry. Where were you about to say something? What is the meaning of this?
I'm sorry, I'm afraid I don't understand.
Don't play coy. You asked to see a specific member of the college. Here he is. Now what is it that you want?
There's been a misunderstanding. Clearly I should not be.
Okay, well,
I shall simply take my leave.
Alusell's gonna take his time with this. I don't think we're gonna go down this rabbit hole just yet.
I am not anything.
I think Foralhost is still our priority, even though this Augur is somewhere here for right now. I just don't see Alusell being too concerned about it, and there are other things I want to do with his story in the meantime, so... let me just make sure I'm not... Okay. Yeah, we're good. I think we can find out where this guy is from Tolfdir, but like I said, Alusell's not overly concerned with it. Okay, so I think this might be... What is that? Oh, looked like a little catapult or something, but I guess I was just looking at his tail. I think this might be a good place to cut it. So we know that Tolfdir is selling higher level alteration spells now. We're basically broke at this point. But I don't see it staying that way forever. So going forward, I think what we're going to do is we're going to make our way down, down through Eastmarch. I don't think we'll be making any stops at any of these places, but I think we might go ahead and try to clear out at least the next step of Galdur's, the Galdur quest on our way to Riften and then ultimately Foralhost. So I think what we're going to do next episode is we're going to take on Geirman's Hall, and then we're going to scoot on over to Riften, and then take on Foralhost. And hopefully get some more information, and squeeze some more story bits out of this location to see maybe what I can use in Alusell's story. Maybe there might be some things that the Character Crusade guys are trying to hint at in their own story. Either way, I'm looking forward to it. And I am looking forward to seeing you all again in the next episode. But for now, I hope you all take care of yourselves, and I'll see you next time. Bye.